Dirty dealings, corporate battles, consumer woes. This is Evening 5. Amazon Web Services, or AWS, has announced a significant investment of $6.2 billion, about 29.2 billion ringgit in Malaysia through 2038, as part of its long-term commitment. The Amazon subsidiary's investment accompanies the launch of the AWS Asia Pacific Malaysia region, providing developers, startups, entrepreneurs and enterprises in Malaysia great options for running applications and serving end users from local AWS data centers. The new region is projected to contribute some $12.1 billion to Malaysia's gross domestic product and will support over 3,500 full-time equivalent jobs annually through 2038. In a joint statement, Investment, Trade and Industry Minister Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul Abdul Aziz said this launch provides access to new and emerging technology for Malaysian entities and businesses of all sizes. He said the milestone is a significant step towards fulfilling the vision of Malaysia's new Industrial Master Plan 2030. AWS VP of Infrastructure Services Prasad Kalyanaraman said the new AWS region in Malaysia enables organizations across Asia Pacific to unlock the full potential of the world's most extensive and reliable cloud, enabling them to leverage AI and machine learning and driving digital innovation. Putrajaya has fixed the system access charge for renewable energy plants and power consumers wishing to deliver power through the national grid at 45 cents per kilowatt hour. The wheeling charges to deliver non-firm or intermittent renewable energy was disclosed at an industry briefing for the grid third-party access mechanism dubbed CRESS, which is scheduled to open next month. According to photos of the presentation slides cited by The Edge at the briefing led by the Ministry of Energy Transition and Water Transformation, the charge to deliver firm or consistent supply will be 25 cents per kilowatt hour. In a statement, the ministry said that the framework for CRESS will be fine-tuned further after it takes into account the input from the 250 industry players who attended the briefing. Consumers who participate in CRESS will be imposed with a tariff which comprises the said charge as well as generation costs agreed upon with a renewable energy plant on a willing buyer, willing seller basis. It was also revealed that CRESS would include a market support measure where a renewable energy plant that loses its customer could sell the electricity generated to the grid at 8 cents per kilowatt hour for a certain period. Cekap Urus, a joint venture between Berjaya Group and Naza Group, has filed a notice of discontinuance over its legal action against the government, the Finance Ministry and Spanco for the termination of the company's services in a vehicle fleet project for the government. Cekap Urus is 51% owned by Tan Sri Vincent Tan Chi Yuen, 29% owned by Naza Corp Holdings and 20% owned by the daughter of the Sultan of Johor, Tunku Tun Aminah Sultan Ibrahim Ismail. The JV company had asked to discontinue the judicial review with liberty to file afresh with no order as to costs. Cekap Urus counsel Chua Kia Lin told The Edge that the government and the Finance Ministry did not object to the discontinuance application. However, Spanco, which had been awarded the government fleet project, sought costs and for Cekap Urus's withdrawal of the action to be with no liberty to file afresh. Spanco's counsel Razlan Hadri Zulkifli confirmed this. Case management has been fixed for September 3rd before High Court Judge Dato Ahmad Kamal Muhammad Shahid. Budget carrier AirAsia has reportedly secured a $443 million or 1.94 billion ringgit dual tranche private financing to use partly for refurbishing planes grounded during the pandemic. Citing people familiar with the matter, a Bloomberg report said private credit funds, Ares Management Corp and Indies Capital Partners provided a $200 million tranche for the refurbishment of the aircraft to get them back in the air. It said aircraft lessors provided the carrier the other $243 million portion to refinance lease liabilities. The Bloomberg report noted that AirAsia's structured deal is another instance of the growing popularity of private credit in Asia that is fast becoming a serious rival to mainstream lending by offering higher floating rates of return. According to its sources, the financing, structured as privately placed bonds linked to revenue, is secured by the sale of future airline tickets from AirAsia's key routes. Quoting AirAsia Aviation Group CEO Bo Lingam, the report said the financing from private credit funds will help 10 aircraft take flight by October and another 15 in 2025. Meanwhile, his deputy Farouk Kamal said the company plans to follow up the landmark revenue-linked bond with an equity-based fundraising later this year. The private credit tranche of this deal reportedly pays a coupon of 11% per annum and has a 4-year tenure. The lessor piece offers 7% per annum and carries a 2-year maturity. The report said the deal has been signed but not yet funded. Bumi Armada saw its net profit more than double in the second quarter from a year earlier, thanks to higher margins and contributions from 2 of its floating production storage and offloading FPSO vessels, the Armada Kraken and Armada Olembendo. Second quarter FY 2024 earnings stood at 265.96 million ringgit, compared with 118.77 million ringgit a year earlier. Quarterly revenue rose 31% year-on-year to 578.86 million ringgit from 441.32 million ringgit. It did not declare any dividends for the latest quarter. Its CEO Gary Christensen said the oil and gas services firm's robust cash generation enabled it to further improve its balance sheet as it continues to explore potential new projects to enhance shareholder value. Bumi Armada's order book at the end of June totaled 12.1 billion ringgit, with additional optional extensions worth up to 10.9 billion ringgit. It generated 619.3 million ringgit cash from its operations in the second quarter, aided by favourable net working capital movements. At the end of June, cash balance totaled 1.21 billion ringgit. Bumi Armada also flagged that it may book impairments as it reviews the difference between its net book value and value in use under straight-line accounting policy for depreciation of certain assets in FY 2024. It said any impairments, however, would not affect cash flow.